Have you ever met someone you thought was the most ambitious and promising person? The kind of person who always has ideas to make money. They talk about the future with million-dollar businesses with a very strange confidence. And the thing is, what they say sounds very reasonable. They have examples, they have evidence, they even have proper logic that makes you think, yeah, this could actually work. But then half a year later, you meet them again at that same coffee shop, and this time they are talking about a completely new idea. It also sounds good, but it has nothing to do with the previous one. And if this story feels familiar, or worse, you are the person in that story, then today I will explain it to you in a very simple way, based on how the brain works. If you pay close attention, people who dream big but don't act often get stuck in a very specific loop. I call it the mental simulation loop. It starts with you painting a very clear picture of the future. You imagine in detail how you will make money, how you will live, even how other people see you. Then you start planning. Very detailed, very logical. Everything sounds perfect. Then you actually start doing it. The first week, you do pretty well. But after that, you start to get tired. You procrastinate. You avoid. You feel guilty for not continuing. And to ease that feeling, you go back to the first step, imagining a new future, a new plan, a better version of yourself. And the loop continues. If this feels familiar, then this is the second trick your brain is playing on you. It's called identity conflict. You want to become a better version. You want success. You want recognition. Maybe you want to become an influencer or someone with influence. Your goal is completely right. But in your head, there is another voice. What if I don't have enough knowledge and experience? I quit before. What makes this time different? That's when cognitive dissonance appears. One side is the person you want to become. One side is the person you believe you are. And when these two conflict, your brain chooses the safer option. It replays your past failures. It reminds you, this is who you really are. And you start believing that. But here is the most dangerous part. You become addicted to your future self. It sounds strange, but it's real. People who always talk about big dreams are often in a constant state of excitement. Why? Because they imagine a future where they control everything. They hear the of money coming into their account. They see themselves spending money without checking the price. They see themselves being successful. And your brain does not clearly separate imagination from reality. It releases dopamine, a lot of dopamine. The paradox is, your brain does not need you to act. It only needs you to believe that you have potential. But the moment you actually start doing it, it reminds you, maybe you're not worthy. You start confusing thinking with doing. You think a lot, you analyze, you plan, you imagine billions of ways to do it and also how you might fail. And you feel like you have already done something. But when you actually sit down to work, you are exhausted. Like you already used 95% of your energy just for thinking and only have 5% left for action. This is productive procrastination. You are procrastinating, but in a way that makes you feel like you are still working. You watch more videos, you research more, you buy more courses, things that are still sitting on online learning websites. You wait for a better time, a time when you are more ready. But the truth is, that time does not exist. So what is the solution? It's not trying harder. It's changing how you see action. First solution, identity-based behavior. Instead of focusing on the result, focus on the smallest action. If you want a good body, don't start by running 3 kilometers. Start by going outside with your running shoes for 10 minutes. That's it. In psychology, it's called a self-perception shift, studied by Daryl J. Bem in 1972. Recognizing yourself through small actions brings surprisingly positive signals. You are not proving anything to the world. You are proving to your own brain that I am this kind of person. Second solution. Lower your standards to an unreasonable level. The bigger the goal, the more your brain creates reasons to procrastinate. But walking for 5 minutes, touching your instrument for 10 minutes, small things like that are not big enough to scare your brain. But once you start, it creates a snowball effect. Sometimes, changing how you think, shifting your perspective on the same goal is the best way out. I walk because it's good for my health, instead of, I have to lose weight to get a good body. I want to share what I've learned and connect people who think like me into a community, instead of, I have to become an influencer. At that point, you realize that reducing pressure on the result makes your brain stop creating too perfect scenarios. It releases less dopamine from imagination, and that makes you less tired when you actually start doing it. That's everything I've gathered. If you think something is wrong or needs more, comment below. And if you are wondering, what suddenly makes me want to change myself like this? Click the video on the right side of the screen. Paw signing out. Stay sharp, stay weird.